So we will get started. So I'll take the first couple of minutes just to allow you to get settled. Whether you choose to lay on your yoga mat, whether you choose to lay on your bed or tuck yourself in bed. You can be seated for Nidra, but it's not as comfortable as laying down. And you might find that you then sort of tend to slouch, which isn't going to be too good for the spine. So if possible, if it does work for your body, I would recommend that you lie down. If you're not comfy on the back of your body, you could maybe lie and snuggle up on the side of the body. So take another minute, just really get yourself truly comfortable. And use any support that you might need. Worthwhile checking the temperature. So it does tend to go cooler in the evening, especially if we feel like it's been warmer in the day. So just have a moment, think whether you might want to cover yourself with a blanket now, or whether you might want to have a blanket close to hand, just in case you do get a little bit cooler. So Yoga Nidra is a still practice. And that's not to say, literally stay still. You literally cannot move in this practice, not at all. So the idea being that we're as still as we can possibly be so that our body can relax, just let go. And the practice of Nidra follows the workings of your mind. So let's give it one more minute. Perhaps close the eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths. And just have a scan around the body. Is there anything that you would change? Any little distraction? Anything that isn't as comfortable as you want it to be? And feel free to make that change or those changes. And then take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out through mouth. Let the body settle and soften even further. So you meet the earth meets you. And I would recommend that you keep the eyes closed for the practice if that's comfortable. So it's really a practice of turning inwards. And our Yoga Nidra this evening is in honour of this time of year and in honour of Beltane. So Beltane is one of the 8 Sabbats or celebrations on the wheel of the year. And it falls in line with May Day, but it kind of starts at the end of April and goes for the next few days. And this is a turning point towards summer. It's a really good time of manifestation. The start of a new month is the start of a new cycle and a good time for manifestation. So we will maybe set our sankalpas in a moment. And it's a time to celebrate life. So the blooming of nature, perhaps the blooming of ourselves as we just finally come out of that winter slumber. A time of joy, of abundance. So let's take a moment, if it feels right, and as always, you absorb what does feel right for you. You can just leave what doesn't behind. If you want to use a word, a sentence, in Yoga Nidra, we sometimes call this a sankalpa. You could call it a manifestation, a mantra, an intention. So really, it's something that we're bringing into our life. And we state it in present tense, like it's here, like it's already ours. So it could be, I am bringing more joy, or I have more joy in my life. It could be that you're inviting a new job, a new relationship, anything. So don't judge. What do you want and need for this next cycle? Take a moment. If nothing comes to mind, just remind yourself that you are in this practice of Yoga Nidra. If there is something in the mind, then state that out loud, or state it loudly in your mind and affirm it. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out, release that to the universe. It's done. And let's take our awareness down towards the belly. As we breathe in, there's a sense of expansion. And as we breathe out, a sense of relaxation or contraction, drawing back towards the earth. The earth meets our body meets the earth. And without changing it too much, if you can, I'm just going to spend a moment noticing the breath, the expansion and contraction, the ebb and flow of your breath. And then let's take our awareness down below the belly button towards the groin space, the genital area, towards our sacral space. So this space, this area, is linked to this time of year and also to the festival of Beltane. You might visualize in the mind, if you're a person of vision, there's just a gentle glow at this space of the colour orange. And you might even take this orange glow or light, or however you see, feel, experience this, with you on your journey around the body. And perhaps it's traveling around offering a sense of joy, a sense of creation and creativity as we move into a new cycle. So we'll begin our body scan. The mind is moving and aware, the body is still and resting. Let's travel our awareness into the right side of the groin space. To the right hip, and all around the right thigh, the right kneecap, the back of the knee, and all around the right lower leg, the right ankles, top of the foot, the right big toe, the second, third, fourth, and fifth toe, the sole of the right foot, the heel of the right foot. And can we be aware of the whole of that right leg and the right foot? So from the groin space to the hip, round into the glute, the whole of that right leg and the right foot, wherever it's resting. And let's bring our awareness back to that sacral space. So just below the belly button, gently around the low belly. Maybe there's a glow or a light there, maybe not. Let's take our awareness down into the left groin space, to the left hip, and around and down the left thigh, the left kneecap, the back of the knee, the left lower leg, the left ankles, top of the foot, the left big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth toes, sole of the left foot, heel of the left foot. And can we become aware of the whole of that left leg and the left foot, from the groin, the hip, past the glute, all the way down the leg to the very tips of the toes. The whole of that left leg and left foot. And can we perhaps become aware of both legs, wherever they are resting, softening, settling, both legs. And then our awareness travels back to that sacral space, low belly, around the groin space. And from here, we come over to the right side body, up past the right rib cage, and up into the right armpit, the right shoulder. Travel down and around the right upper arm. The right elbow and the inner elbow. Down and around the right lower arm. Into the right wrist. Back of the right hand. Right hand thumb. the first, second, third, fourth finger. The palm of the right hand. Awareness of the whole of that right arm, the right hand, wherever it's resting. The whole of the right arm and the right hand. Shoulders soften all the way down to the tips of the fingers. And let's bring our awareness back to our sacral space. Now we travel over to the left side body, up past the left rib cage, up towards the left armpit, the left shoulder, down and around the left upper arm, into the left elbow and inner elbow, down and around the left lower arm, past the wrist, back of the left hand thumb. First, second, third, fourth finger. Palm of the left hand. The whole of the left arm and the left hand, wherever it's resting. The whole of your left arm and the left hand. And is it possible to bring an awareness to both arms, wherever they're resting, whether it's more symmetrical and they're down by the side of the body, or we're resting on the side body and one is below and on top? Can we be aware of both of the arms, both of the hands, the softening of the shoulders, right down to the tip of each finger and the thumb tips? This comfortable heaviness of the body. The earth meeting us, us meeting the earth. And then our awareness shifts back to the sacral space. From here, imagine that awareness travels through the body and comes towards the base of the spine. And for a moment or two, as we breathe in, we might imagine in the mind that our light or glow or just our breath travels up the spine. Belly expands. As we breathe out, the awareness travels back to the base of the spine. Belly contracts. So follow in your mind, just be true to your breath. The inhale as we rise up, the exhale as we draw down. Stay with that as best you can. Next breath out, you take, come down towards the base of the spine. From here, we travel over to the back of the right side body. Our awareness expands over the back rib cage and up into the right shoulder blade, the right side of the neck. Back to the base of the spine, we take our awareness up to the left backside body, past the rib cage, up to the shoulder blade, and into the side of the neck. And can we cultivate an awareness, whether we're on the back or the side of the body or somehow different, of the whole of that upper back body? From the base of the spine, covering the whole of the back, up to the back of the neck. Let's arrive at the back of the neck. Travel our awareness up the back of the head. And we come to the crown of the head. And then we start to travel awareness down the front of the body into the forehead. And we soften and relax. Into the right temple, the right eyebrow, the left temple, the left eyebrow. And for a moment, we rest awareness at the space between the brows. So a great space for manifestation, for intention. The space between the brows. Our awareness then shifts to the right eye, the left eye, the right ear, the left ear, the right nostril, the left nostril, the tip of the nose, the right cheek, the left cheek, the upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, perhaps gently parted. Become aware of the inside of the mouth, the teeth, the tongue, the gums, the moisture. There's a softening to the jaw. Become aware of the chin. Down into the throat space. Over to the right collarbone and the left collarbone. And slowly we travel our awareness down the front of the body. The right side body. The left side body. A nod to the heart space. And then we continue to travel down to the belly button. And back down into our sacral space. If you're a person of imagination and vision and you are working with a color, a glow, or a light, just take your awareness back to this. If you prefer, become aware of your breath. As we inhale, expansion. Exhale, contraction, and a softening deeper into your practice of Yoga Nidra. And can you find an awareness of the entire body? The arms and the hands, the legs and the feet, the spine, the upper body, the head, neck, and face. And perhaps if you're working with a light or glow, this expands out to the edges of the body. There's a gentle glow to the whole of your body. And a comfortable heaviness as you sink deeper into your practice of Nidra. A moment now to return to your Sankalpa, if there was one. If you didn't have one and something has now come to you, then you could absolutely work with that. If it's not something that you work with, it doesn't resonate with you, just continue to have your awareness on the softening of the body. Repeat it out loud or affirm it in the mind. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out, release it to the universe. It's done. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 10 to 0. And each step closer we get to 0, your awareness of reawakening from your Nidra heightens. Once we get towards 0, you might have a little stretch or roll around. And I'll state this practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. So just continue to be guided by the sound of my voice. Beginning our count now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. If you need to rest for longer, please do. When you do decide to make a move, just be very slow and mindful about that. So you might plant your feet to the earth, bring a seat to the earth, and just take your time. It's not unusual to feel a little bit spacey after practicing Nidra. You might bring the palms together, or you might place the hands to the heart space and just drop the chin to the chest. So a moment to thank yourself, your body, breath, mind, perhaps spirit and soul. And thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your practice. I hope you have a month filled with whatever it is that you need. The light and dark in me honors the light and dark within you. Namaste.